Sara, or if I'm fortunate enough for this one to make it this far, Andrew. I've taken some notes. I remember a lot of times where, well, not a lot of times, I couldn't afford it all the time. There were times we'd go to the Silver Lake sand dunes. I can recall a picture of Sara, Maddilynn, and Andrew playing in the sand together behind a Polaris Ranger crew that I had at the top of the first dune of a series of dunes. And going from that dune to near the Lake Michigan shoreline to take pictures, spend time together. I remember another outing we had. We went to the Mackinac Island with bikes, and we had a trailer bike for Andrew. I remember Maddilynn hurt herself and she needed a Band-Aid on her leg, and she was having a difficult time with something. We ended up riding around all of Mackinac Island. It wasn't much of a distance. I remember the hotel room we had. There was a shop on the island. I bought a book of knowledge of Canadian and American, Native American history. Packing everything up, I put the book on top of the truck and left it up there when we took off, and I haven't found the book. There were times we would go to Coldwater Lake Campground. I remember playing checkers with Sara on the oversized checkerboard. The checkers were about yay big. Being at the campground and Sara dealing with some bullying at the playground at the campground, and spending time with Andrew, digging a hole for him to lay his legs parallel in, and then burying his legs in sand, watching his face as the event took place, and him discovering that moving his legs moved the sand, and so on and so forth. There is a little picture of it on Facebook under Joeoller, Joe Oller, or Njoe Holler, Njoeholler. I remember we went to the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. Me, Madelynn's mother, Andrew, Sara, and Maddilynn. I brought a kayak and a canoe. We went to the Sleeping Bear Dunes, public access site, and there was a little Glen Lake public access site. We spent time on the sand dunes and ended the rest of the day at the Little Glen Lake public access with the canoe and kayak. I don't know if you remember this, Sara, but you were paddling the kayak, hopefully learning the ins and outs of how to control the flotation device. But before that, when we were at the sand dunes, I had memories of myself going there as a kid with my mother and father. And, oh yeah, this is Loki. He's not going to be around forever, just like me. That's why I'm making these videos. So, when you feel something and you want to reminisce, you have these. At the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, I had memories of me as a child going there and how I would run up them sand dunes as fast as I could with a young, healthy body. And doing it that day, it was funny because Maddylynn's mother didn't even, sadly, she was so obese she didn't have the energy to make it all the way up the hill in one walk. But we eventually got up there, and I made it past where I used to go as a kid. Then we went to the lake access. Get down, Loki. Down. Then we went to the lake access across the way. Andrew played near shore with the water. Maddilynn, about the same thing. Sara, you were on a blue, green, and white ocean kayak. And I was as well on a canoe on the same lake. So I can't say I was as well with a canoe. Maybe. Anyways, we spent some time out there. The water is so clear there. One can see to the bottom if it's not too deep. And I remember being a kid, going in a boat with my dad, seeing that bottom get deeper and deeper, being scared because I didn't know it at the time, but I had vertigo. I was afraid of heights. And that vertigo is still there when I left the shore and went to something deep and looked down and saw that and mentally, forcibly reminisce on those situations that I guess traumatized me. We spent some time there. Maddilynn used the bathroom, locked herself in, didn't know how to get out. And eventually she found out how to unlock it and come out. Those are all the notes I have right now when it comes to reminiscing. And I'll make more videos with the thought that when I'm dead, or if I'm dead, and you want to hear from me, you can listen to these videos. Anyways, I'm going to end this one and post it on Facebook. No, YouTube. And title it with the same title that I gave the first one I made, which was approximately 20 minutes.